Hi, I wanted to share something that happened to me about 5 years ago that might be able to help you or someone you know. Um, so, I was diagnosed with MS 5 years ago, and I remember thinking to myself, what is MS? And I wasn't alone. I had to search it and call my uncle, who's a doctor, and talk to him. But MS is a autoimmune disease that causes the myelin on your nerves, like in your brain and in your spine. Your body strips that myelin. So it's like a frazzled, like an electrical cord, maybe that kind of got a part of it doesn't work right, so you have to just get it just the right way to make it connect. Well, it's like that, but it's in your brain. It's in my brain and in my spine. I have 20 lesions in my brain and 4 in my spine. So what that meant to me was, since I don't know anything about it, I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to ask them what I should do. And I did. And my doctor sent me to a neurologist, and that neurologist put me on steroids. And then after the steroids, I went on to therapy, because in today's day and age, as far as I know, they don't have a cure for MS, nor do they really know how it even starts, or how it even gets into one person and not the next. Because I don't, and nobody else in my family has it. Both sides of my family, nobody has this. So I'm sharing this with you, like I said, to help you if you have symptoms that are similar to mine, and also to help you be aware what you consume, what you're eating makes a difference. I've learned that the hard way. I was given the book, I actually purchased it, but given the idea to purchase the book Wahls Protocol, which is a way of living for people with autoimmune diseases. And what it is it helps you learn how to go to eating non-processed and no sugar and no flour, no gluten, no cheese, no dairy, so yeah. I don't say no, because I enjoy what I eat, so it's all good. But what I was going to say was, it took me probably a good year to adjust into knowing that I had this. Now, this does not define me, and it's not going to define me. In fact, if you were to meet me on the street, you probably wouldn't even have a clue I had MS. It's kind of a hidden disease, and everybody's symptoms are different because it depends on where the myelin is being stripped in your body. And so that makes a difference on your symptoms. So for me, I was working as an art teacher. I was painting. I was teaching down here in Sherwood at the Center for the Arts, and I was enjoying life as an artist and a wife and a mom. And I had started probably like 7 years previous to this. I had started by going into my regular family care doctor and telling them I had, I couldn't feel my feet. They were going dead. They were tingling. And she said, well, you have neuropathy. And so I said, what do I do about it? Nothing, and that was like 7 years ago. Or more. And then, a couple years ago, it goes away. A couple years ago, a couple years after that, I also had neuropathy, but it was in my lower legs. And I got diagnosed with neuropathy there. And again, just brushed it off. I also had incidences of brain fog and not being able to think straight and having difficulty remembering things. And I was told, well, that's normal for your age. So, I understand, it could be anything, right? So every time it would, and I'd go home and it would go away. So like after, it would kind of go away and not be 100% like it was before. So I didn't have my feet going dead. But what happened was, this happened off and on for in a period of about 7 years before my diagnosis, until one day we had been through. Okay, there had been a massive stress in my life, and I remember waking up with not being able to feel anything from my belly button down. And I went to my doctor and I said to her, I don't care what tests you have to do. I don't care, what tests you're going to run. I don't want to hear this blood test turned out okay and everything's great. And let's just, I said, figure out what this is. This isn't right. And she said, well, you have neuropathy again. So I'm going to set up an appointment with a neurologist. And I thought, great. And so then they sent me through MRIs, and sure enough, like I said, I had 20 lesions in my brain and 4 on my spine. And she called me and said, Darla, it looks like this is showing pretty positive for MS. And I said, well, is it pretty positive or do I have MS? And she said, you have MS. And I just remember thinking, what is that? Well, I've explained what it is, but what I learned in reading Wahls Protocol is that it could have started way back when I wasn't eating healthy. Like I was a sugar addict, big time. Like I would eat, frosting out of a can. I love dessert, so I would eat hardly any of the good food that I needed, and I would just save up room for dessert. So I kind of learned the hard way with that one. But yeah, nowadays, since reading Wahls Protocol and knowing that I need to take care of my body and my, GI tract, make sure everything's good. Now I've learned that I'm not going to eat anything processed. I won't eat anything that, somebody has made. When we travel, I trust people. I tell them what I need, and then I hope that they're doing what I ask. But, even things down to what kind of oil do you cook with, that kind of thing. So I just learned that now I need to eat healthy and I need to exercise every day. And so I do physical therapy every day here at home, and I also walk a lot. I like walking. I like nature. You can see by the other videos, I love nature. So yeah, I do that, and I will stick with this until I'm no longer on this earth, because I still enjoy food. Once I got past craving sugar, and once I got into eating healthy all the time, I wouldn't allow myself to have a cupcake, because I would think to myself, if I have that cupcake, I might end up not being able to walk, because there was a lesion on my spine that the doctor was really worried about, that she said, that's why we're going to put you on this therapy, which is it was a really strong drug, and it had side effects, which, like, one of them, I know it's only a few, 1,000 people that have this, but liver failure. And I don't want liver failure. And the other ones, they had side effects, if you chose them, of brain infection, because when you get MS, the blood-brain barrier is broken, means that anything that's in your system can go into your brain. So I didn't want to get a brain infection. I wanted to be able to recover from whatever I end up getting or having happen. So anyway, where was I? I learned this, I've been doing it, and I feel great. I mean, right after the steroids, I lost like 20 pounds. So I was already inflamed, from just having this disease. And also because I wasn't eating healthy. So I would highly recommend, if you have MS and you're at all interested in, trying to help your body to recover, I would highly recommend reading Wahls Protocol and just taking it a few steps at a time. Don't take the whole thing all at once, because, you got all the time in the world, right? So just read it, and, just know that, I can still function. I can still do what I did before. It's just that my feet no longer have the sensations that they did before. I don't have a lot of feeling in my feet. I can feel like a little, but not like I used to. So anyway, thank you. I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that it helps somebody else that might have those symptoms, or it helps somebody out there that has MS and is clueless on what to do, or their doctor just says, here, take this pill. You can eat healthy in combination with that. And eating healthy means, no bread, no milk, no sugar, and everything else. You can have all the vegetables and all the fruits you want, and within reason, and also healthy protein, grass-fed or organic. But anyhow, I just wanted to share this with you, and I hope that you like this video, and I hope that you subscribe. Have a great day.